everyone, welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a really fun video because I'm going to show you a full flip through of my 2022 bullet journal. This particular journal is so special to me because although it's not technically my very first bullet journal, it is for sure the first bullet journal that I took very seriously and helped shape the way that I bullet journal today. I filmed this flip through yesterday along with the commentary, and there were just so many memories in here. I'm so grateful to say that I have this book of memories to look back on. This is a huge factor as to why I bullet journal. I was going to show you all of my bullet journals throughout the years in one video, but I think it's better to break it up by year so that it's not super long because I tend to be chatty with my commentary, and then it gives each of them their own little moment. So I am just going to go through 2022's bullet journal today, and in the future I've got 2023 and 24 to go through as well. So there may be times in my commentary where I reference that you will be seeing things later because at the time of the video I thought I was going to be going through all the journals. Two quick disclaimers: you are going to see some pages are going to be blurred because they're not things I want to share with the entire internet, but I do my best to make sure it's just the words that are blurred so you can see the art. But it's kind of hard for me to do that, at least on the software that I use to edit, so I'm doing my best. And the second disclaimer pains me to say because throughout the video I thought that I was going through my 2021 bullet journal, which does not exist. I somehow did the math wrong. I don't know. But this is my 2022 bullet journal, so please just ignore the many times, unfortunately, that I say 2021 in this video. I could have refilmed it, but this was my genuine first reaction of my journal, and I wanted that to be shown, and I wasn't gonna act like I didn't just see this 5 minutes ago. So yeah, let this be a lesson that writing the year on the spine of your journal or doing a title page at the beginning with the year is probably a smart idea. So now let's go to Kelsey from yesterday to look at the 2022 bullet journal flip through. Alright, so this is my first bullet journal when I started taking it seriously. And to be honest with you, I have not really opened this up very much again, and I want to change that. And so I'm really happy to be doing this with you guys right now so that I can kind of forcibly do it. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of memories in here, and also I'm hoping to find some inspiration from myself for my current journal. So the first page we can already see, I didn't even do a name page, which is kind of crazy to me, and you'll see that I kind of didn't do that for a hot minute, and I don't know why. I guess I was just so excited to get into the journal, so that already is interesting to me. So this is the first time I did a grid spacing guide. This was one of my first TikTok videos too. You are going to see a lot of Amanda Rach Lee inspiration. This is also a Shop ARL journal, by the way. It's an old one though. I don't think you can get it anymore, but I definitely took inspiration from her here on this grid spacing guide, and this helped me a lot starting out. I don't do a grid spacing guide at the beginning of my journal every time now because I have the numbers pretty down pat, but if I'm feeling inspired, I will. So this is interesting. I started this journal in March, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of ate this up. It's hard for me to believe that this is my first serious bullet journal spread. I felt so creative doing this black paper. It was so cool, and this astronaut I was really proud of. It looks good. It holds up. This is my very first Dutch door. So cute. I love it, and I love this idea of the moon phases. I do notice that I am using a fine liner to write out my plans for the days, and I would just never do that now, so that's kind of making me cringe. Oh my gosh, I loved these pages. I remember being so proud of these spreads and how they turned out. I did this all by hand. Again, so proud of this. I have no idea how I did that this early on. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. I do a brain dump page every single month and have since I started, and it's really interesting to see how things have changed. I now do a 2-page spread, like I'd say brain dump, and do this outline. Actually, I do something very similar to this outline and leave all of this space to write. So it's interesting. I really cut down the writing aspect for my first one, but it's cute to see the very first one and know that I still do that to this day. Oh yeah, I think we need to talk about like the creativity in this, like the alien sucking up the brain because it's a brain dump. Like, that was good. Yeah, the concept of this was there. It was trying, but I definitely like messed it up and didn't realize, so I improvised and just did like really tiny squares. But, you know, I made it work. It looks cute when it's closed up like this. So again, pretty impressed with the creativity on that so early on. So April 2021 was a hot air balloon theme. Heavily took inspiration from Amanda Rachel Lee here. So cute. I love how it turned out. So this was me trying to make up for my mistake with the rocket ship. This is how I wanted the rocket ship to look, like with this kind of fold. But clearly you can see I was very much into a Dutch door phase. I remember being like super disappointed with this like gradient. Like I was like, oh, that like doesn't look as good as I thought. But you know, I think it's cute. We get the idea. It's a sunset, right? Here's me with my friends when we went to a concert. In that same trip, we took a road trip to Wisconsin and went to a house on the rock. It was so cool. Would highly recommend if you've never been. Oh yeah, and here is where I did a brain dump with 2 full pages. It's really actually insane to see this because this is how I still do it to this day. As I just told you guys, I do a brain dump and then usually I do a color as the border. So some things never change. May 2021 was butterfly themed. I again took inspiration from Amanda Rachel Lee. This is actually a theme I really like. Now that I think about it, Amanda did blue butterfly theme and I wanted to do the monarch butterfly, and I was really proud of how these colors blended together. I was like quite amazed, and it does look really good. I was just using Crayola Super Tips. I remember loving the mood tracker too. That was so much fun to fill in. This was a cute idea. My friend asked me if I could come up with a tattoo design for her. She just knew she wanted a light bulb and a quote that says, "Let light be light." So I came up with all different designs, and this was kind of how I decided to share the ideas with her, and now I get to remember it too, which is cool. Shout out to you, Shannon. yeah, this was another one where it didn't quite turn out the way I wanted it to. I don't know exactly what I was like trying to go for, but it's a cool concept. I don't know if I've really done anything like this again. I guess we'll see. It was a choice, and I don't hate it. I do remember really liking, because I was like, how am I gonna write the days on these butterflies and have them see it when it's open like this, them being like me in the future, I guess. And I was really proud to have thought of this idea to put them right here because you can perfectly see them all. So yeah. Oh my gosh, this playlist page took so long. I don't know, I was just really wanting to do like a cottagey sort of vibe, and it just ended up taking a super long time, but I actually think it's really cute. I have to say, this is kind of inspiring me and making me remind myself that I can create a scene like this, and honestly probably better because it's now 4 years later and I've been working on my art a lot. So okay, I see you. Oh my gosh, June's theme really sticks out to me. I don't know why. I think it's just because I was just in a good place. Aside from something that I know is coming up, I think on the next page, I was just feeling really good, and I think it's because of bullet journaling, if I remember correctly. I was just super proud of this carnival theme. This was one that I made up myself, and I was really proud of that. I was someone who so strongly believed I was not creative for many years of my life. I don't know, just seeing a spread like this that I know that I created myself just proved that wrong, and that I am creative. And it was just crazy to be 28 at the time and still discovering this part of me. This was the first time I did a circle habit tracker. I still haven't done that very much, but I will say that is kind of because of this spread. I don't have great memories creating this. I just have memories of this being really hard for me to do, to get like all of these lines somewhat even. I think I can probably do better now that it's been 4 years, but this spread is responsible, I think, for me not really going back to circle habit trackers. This Down a Clown mode tracker, however, I thought I slayed. I had so much fun filling this one out. I think I could recreate this probably a little better now, but especially for the time and where I was at, I think this looks pretty dang good. All right, so this is the page I was referring to as to when I was not doing great in June, and that is when I got COVID. I had it for the first time in June 2021, and it was terrible. But to stay on theme, I had this idea of lining up for the Corona circus, which I thought was kind of creative. I love this page still to this day. I love the waves. It does give a very balloon type theme to me, which obviously I made the events column a balloon as well as selling balloons over here. So, oh, and the balloons on the days. So I think adding these like bubbly wavy tubes was perfect here, and I clearly had never done this sort of wavy texture, so that was a fun thing to experiment with too. Sorry, it's like hard to push it down. I love this spread, and when I shared it online, a lot of other people did too. I loved this idea I had of putting like a ticket barcode on the end of all of them. And then it was cute making the tickets the days of the week, so it's like you have a ticket to go to that show on that day. Cute idea. Guys, The Little Mermaid July 2021 theme. I cannot. Anyone who knows me knows how much I love The Little Mermaid. That was my movie, and I knew for a long time I wanted to do a Little Mermaid theme, though it was going to be very illustration heavy and a lot of work. I was determined to do it, and July just seemed like the perfect month to me. So obviously I drew the characters on the quote page, and we have the little nod to Ariel's fin, and this is the opening scene of the movie. This is probably, to this day, my favorite mood tracker of all time. This is the scene where all of the fish point at Ariel, who is supposed to be on this rock at the end of the Under the Sea song. And there were so many fish in that scene that I thought it would be perfect to make my mood tracker, and look at how stinking cute it turned out. I don't know if I'm ever gonna top this. By the way, the habit tracker is a good spot to talk about this. I used a Tombow N00 brush to have this kind of watery effect. It took so long because I had to blend different shades of blue to give it that water feel. Sometimes it worked well for me, and other times I had to like really maneuver. I guess you're gonna see probably throughout the spread that I have like different shades of blue going on sometimes, but I tried to make them match as best as I could. But yeah, I really put in the work on this one. So here's Ariel's grotto. I did this on TikTok Live for the very first time. I was so nervous to get on TikTok Live and do this, but I have such good memories looking at this spread in particular because so many people showed up, like my friends, to support me, and it just has good memories attached to it. So here's the scene where Ursula is taking Ariel's voice. You can kind of see I'm trying to go through the movie in order here. So you can see I'm kind of dedicating this to Ursula. We've got our little people down here and Flotsam and Jetsam. I love this playlist page so much too. Of course, I had to quote Under the Sea, where he says we got a hot crustacean band, and I looked at some fish inspiration from the movie, copied their colors and everything, and doodled some of those too. So cute. Here's the kiss the girl scene. I was really intentional about not drawing humans. I wasn't ready to do that yet. I still don't draw humans, to be honest. I wanted to make it clear enough what scene it is without you having to see the human characters. And now we've reached the end, so this is the end of the movie. This is the very last scene. So I know I just said I don't draw humans, and I guess these are humans, but you can even see, look at the hands. I'm dead. I will say Ariel and Eric look pretty good over there with their little wedding cake, but yeah, this is like the last scene of the movie, and they say I can be part of your world. So, and look at this cute washi tape. That's like perfect for this theme. August 2021's theme was boba tea. I took inspiration from Amanda H. Lee, who's surprised. I really needed a simple theme after that very intense theme. I did want to draw a chalkboard made with this like black bullet journal paper. These are both so cute and colorful. As I'm filming this in June, it's just making me happy to see all these colors. This is such a good weekly spread. Again, taken from Amanda Rach Lee. Such a good idea. This is where I brought back the chalkboard and I decided to make it Kelsey's Boba Shop. So cute. I thought this was really fun. I put a recipe of how to make your own kind of boba tea, and I had never done a recipe before, so it's really cute. Obviously it's on theme, so. So September 2021's theme was books. I think this turned out super cute. I'm not sure what's going on here. I like the idea. Maybe it's the like font that I chose that isn't hitting, but yeah, I was really pleased with how the cover page looked. And this was so good too. I loved putting the page from the book in the background of these titles. Super cute. This weekly spread was so loved when I posted it on social media. And listen, I get it. I did something here. So obviously this is a book and I decided to make it look kind of 3D like this is part of the book. So yeah, this was super, super creative and a different format too. Like this spacing is something I had never done. So very cute. Ooh, pages sticking together. This is going to be the first of honestly many pages that you will see throughout this video that I didn't fill in, and I definitely want to be transparent about that I do not use my journal every single day. You're really gonna see that later, and I want to normalize that. That's totally fine. I have so much fun creating the pages that it's honestly fine to me if I don't end up using it. I want to be true to myself and not just like forcibly put songs here if I was not feeling very song-like. And obviously same thing goes with the weeklies. If I don't feel like writing out what happened that week, that should be perfectly fine, and it is. But over here, this is the first time I did a little like list form, and that's kind of sentimental to see because I definitely do that later and now, so it's just really cute to see these like firsts. This is so cute, using washi tapes as the spines of the books. Like, that's so cute. This weekly is so cute. I obviously didn't end up using it, but I love this font as well. So this is October 2021. I'm doing this kind of like spooky, witchy theme, but you're gonna see I don't actually end up finishing this theme. It's a little sad that I didn't end up using it because I love how this looks. I love this font and this font. I think it's definitely giving October. So yeah, this one I don't remember super well because I know I didn't end up really using it. So let's see how this looks. Okay, I did do the habit and mood trackers though. I did like fill those out, and the potion idea is super cute. I know that's something I heavily took inspiration from, but I love that. I actually think this is where it ends. Oh, nope, I have this one. But I know I didn't finish it. Like, I wanted to put something here, and obviously you can see days are not written out. So yeah, that is the actual last. These are pages that I use for TikTok videos mostly back in the day. So yeah, that's the end of 2021. I hope you all enjoyed and that it gave you some motivation and inspiration to bullet journal. And remember that no matter when you're watching this, it is never too late to start a bullet journal. You can see that I started in March and then ended in October, and I don't regret that one bit. I don't know if I would have felt the same starting a bullet journal if I waited until mid-year when a lot of people wait to start a bullet journal, or the new year, but I knew that in March I was ready to go, and if I waited, honestly, who knows where I would be. I may have moved on to something else and my life would just be completely different now. And then by October, I knew that I needed a little break from journaling, and I'm really happy that I didn't force something that wasn't there, because it could have put a bad image on something that's now really important to me. Let me know down below which theme was your favorite if you made it this far in the video. To no one's surprise, I think I have to say that July's Little Mermaid theme was my favorite in 2022. I'll show you guys 2023's bullet journal flip through really soon, and I also have a mid-year journaling idea coming up. So if that excites you and you like what you saw today, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. I'm really excited to continue growing and making content with you guys that's more long form. Until then, I post pretty much every single day on TikTok and Instagram, so don't forget to follow me there, which you can find in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!